All this time, you're the only reason I'm not chasing highs, chasing highs. What is love? Lately I've been wondering just what is love? What is love? I don't know. No one ever showed me. I've been on my own for too long. But if you hold me now, let me into your heart. Maybe I can start to love again and tend to my scars. Can you show me how? Can you love me with all you've got? 'Cause I'm coming alive. I just wanna come alive. I'm coming alive. I just wanna come alive. Ooh, come alive, alive. Come alive, come alive, come alive, yeah. Ooh, oh. I'm coming alive. I just wanna come alive.
Let's get ready to rumble on an amazing, great Sunday night, June 25th, 2023. Hopefully, an amazing, great weekend. We took 2 days off here at the Hockey Nation, Friday and Saturday, and now we are ready for the week, the busy week of the year in NHL. That's complete, guys, the season 2022-2023 NHL. With this week because what happening? We have the awards NHL trophy this week. We have the NHL draft 2023 in Nashville. Everybody is in Nashville right now with the cowboy hat and the boots. And then at the end of the week, we have the UFA. All this together, guys, that's pretty amazing. One thing I would say to you guys with my experience in hockey, in the last 10 years, I've always been in the NHL draft every year. Start with Florida a couple years ago, Dallas, Chicago, Vancouver, and then Montreal. If I say I missed last year, the COVID stopped for 2 years without the NHL draft. And it was the best time of the year. This is the only time, guys, in the NHL draft, you have everybody. Everybody in the hockey world are there. That's pretty amazing. Talk about the GM, assistant GM, the scout, the players, the family, the dad, the mom, and everybody is there. Everybody is there. One moment in the year that's happening at the NHL draft. So that's going to happen again this week in Nashville. This is the second time Nashville hosts the NHL draft. We know that 2003 they did it 20 years ago. And that year, 2003 draft, this is maybe one of the top 3 best NHL draft in the NHL history. So a lot of things to talk about tonight, guys. First of all, before we welcome everybody, we want to mention to you what you have to talk about this tonight, guys. We're going to start with which Canadian team are the toughest task to do. Is it Edmonton Oilers, the Winnipeg Jets, Pierre-Luc Dubois, Ottawa, Alexandre, Toronto, new contract for Matthews and Nylander, Calgary, There's fire sale over there, Continus. Then the Vancouver Canucks, with the buyout already, they can make some move. We don't know yet. And the Montreal Canadiens, a very big week. We'll talk about them in the next couple of minutes for sure. And tomorrow night, I will welcome everybody to join me. Don't forget, guys, the Montreal Canadiens and the Ad Daily News I produce every day here at the Hockey Nation. First of all, I'd make another big trade yesterday with the Washington Capitals. Very interesting. A lot of people respond to that one over there. And if you did not follow us, guys, but we start to have a new channel. It's not on yet, but we want to invite everybody to join us. It's called the Ab Nation, and we're going to start to make some kind of video, thing like that. And we're going to. That's the reason we call now a new show. It's called the Ab Nation during the week. Every Monday and Wednesday during the off season, guys, we're going to talk about who the Montreal Canadiens. So that's what we got tonight, guys. Which Canadian team are going to have a toughness GM? Which GM, honestly, are going to have this toughest task to do? And that's what we got for you guys. We talk about other teams because they're really active during the last 2 days. The last time we talk each other, already a couple news, signature, the Carolina, talk about different trade already happening with the Flyers. So one I believe will be one of the team was going to make a lot of trade for the next couple of days for sure. And Montreal Canadiens, what's happening about that the next couple of days with Ken Hughes and Jeff Gordon. We have a few people, guys, in the chat to go through this, guys, and go to rock and roll. You have any question, guys, don't forget to put the little Q and funny questions so I can go through this and talk about this. The show is increasing with the number of the people in the chat, and I like to share it with you what you're asking me, and then we're going to talk about your own subject. So don't hesitate to put any question. This is your show. This is what you control the show. It's you. Me here, I'm just talking about hockey, but without you, the show would not be the same. So we just want to thank each one of you to join us. First of all the moderators, we got the chat already. I saw some of them, Luciano, Enartap, and Jose Duarte. Back in the house, Jose directly from upstate, neighbor of Larry Lavalley and Enartap. Jose, hopefully you're doing well. Obviously, I apologize, I did not reach you more often, busy with everything else. And coach is ready for the week. Did not start the right way last night, guys. I will come back at 4:30 a.m. 4:30 a.m. The cheese was on the floor last night. But that's another subject for another time. Thanks so much, everybody, to join me. Mr. Andre Robert Drouin is in the house. Welcome back, Andre. Thanks for being with us. We are off to a great evening. Andre, yes, we'll talk about fun thing for sure in hockey. Mertap is in the house. Sébastien, welcome back. Talent, not too bad. Not too bad. By the way, talking about talent, guys, this is the show where I said we make friends and we make really good friends. And obviously, we cannot meet each other, right? I'm in Thailand right now. I was in USA before that. And I wish we can meet face to face, but it's not happening. But sometimes people pop up in Thailand. And tonight, I have an opportunity to meet Mr. Rudolph. Rudolph from Tokyo is going to be, he is in Thailand right now. I think he have a 3 weeks journey of the traveling. I think he was in Philippines, and now he was in Bangkok. Now he's in Pattaya. So tonight, guys, I'm going to have a nice dinner with Mr. Rudolph. And I can't wait to meet him face-to-face. Rudolph was born in Longueuil, and dans la belle province du Québec. So can't wait to see him about that summer 8 wave and of course the weather. Summer is already in, guys. Happy Saint-Jean-Baptiste for everybody in the province of Quebec, and happy Canada Day is coming very soon, July 1st, and then the Independence holidays in the USA, July 4th. So again, celebration in front of us, and we'll see what turn around. Yes, what is your schedule this week? Guys, I'm live every day this week. It's just you never know the time what you talk about. But Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday this week, it's all about the Montreal Canadiens. I'm going to be live at 9 o'clock. Wednesday night, we start at 6:30 p.m. for the draft. We're going to be live at 11 o'clock the Thursday morning. We're going to follow the first 2 rounds of the day. So round number 2 and round number 3 of the the NHL draft. We're going to follow the Montreal Canadiens, the first, their pick 69. And then after that, we're going to see how many people we are live with me. And then we're going to be back Thursday night, the resume of the draft Montreal Canadiens. And then Friday night, we're going to prepare the UFA market. And then we're going to be live in the UFA. Usually we are live about 11 o'clock, 1 hour prior where the UFA market open up. At 12 o'clock Eastern time. And we're there for a couple of hours, depending what's going on around the league. This year the UFA market is good, but not great like it was in the past. But Bertuzzi, Orlov, O'Reilly, some of the players are right now with Tarasenko, Patrick Kane, Jonathan Tays. I can go the way many can go tender on the UFA market, and we'll see what happening for different players. When this going to happen and July 1st. We check in the chat. We have anybody? Our friend Sebastian is in the house. What about Larry Lavallee directly for Upstate New York? Join us live tonight. Thanks so much to be a part of the show tonight. We have, let's talk about already the moderator, Mr. Deal Prim, Real Deal Prim, Buffalo Sabres, guys. This is a team right now. He's a fan of the Buffalo Sabres, but Buffalo Sabres, the team really going to be active at some point. I still believe Buffalo are looking for a top pairing defenseman at the top four. Most right defensemen, I will not be surprised. But there will be something they're looking for, the Buffalo Sabres, Kevin Adams. Brett Pesce is really a name I mentioned many times. I talk a lot with InnerTap. I think Carolina is going to trade Pesce to Buffalo Sabres. And I think they try to buckle up Power and Ramis Dahlin for both of them, an 8-year contract for the future for them. So it will be something where the Kevin Adams is going to figure out that. Gary Cournoyer, the Roadrunner, is in the house. Welcome back, Gary. Thanks to be with the Hockey National Show. The Pierre saga is coming to the end. The chat will lose at the pick. Look like Pierre-Luc Dubois. We're going to talk about different trade bait right now. We're going to talk about the situation with Pierre-Luc Dubois for that one over there. Vinny, no selection of the from Ottawa. Mr. Dan Hashem, welcome back. Dan, directly from Manitoba, Winnipeg, where Winnipeg Jet are going to be a very busy week with Pierre-Luc Dubois first and then Connor Hellebuck. You're absolutely about this. Dan, first of all, thank you to join us and say hi to you, beautiful Colette. Thank you so much. All right, yes, sir. And our top 11 forever would be better after then, like Coach Pierre. Jose, welcome back, like I mentioned to you. About this, we're going to talk about the draft, about Pierre 1 minute. Pierre-André is back. Try to pick it up, everybody in the chat. If we have anybody, there's just a conversation between. And Rabinov is in the house. What is the deal with Pierre-Luc Dubois? We're going to talk about this. Looks like the proposal, Pierre-Luc Dubois. I can go straight there because it's a hot topic. So let's start with that one over there. So the Pierre-Luc Dubois, what we heard is Villari Yafalo is going to be in return for Pierre-Luc Dubois. Now, it's not confirmed. Yeah, sometime like that, you have the rumor, you have maybe a pick come with or something like this. And then look like Pierre-Luc Dubois was signing a contract at 7 years at $7.5 million USC. So this is the rumor we heard through the Twitter account through the Twitter. So I'm not confirmed. Anybody else have other update? You can mention to us. That'd be great. No problem, coach, manager, everybody well. About that, coach, do you think the Jet will get rid of the Hellebuck? Yes, Connor Hellebuck is not going to return in between the pipe for the Winnipeg Jet. He's going to be on the market, east of the market right now. I think a team like Buffalo could consider to get Hellebuck. The New Jersey Devils is another team could add Hellebuck. I would not be surprised. Be careful, guys, about the Columbus Blue Jackets. Could become a team we're looking for Hellebuck. We know they are Muslikin over there. They are Tarasov. So what they can get in Hellebuck, I always said example. They could trade a pick, a first or second round pick example. They could send Bovis, the right defenseman, for the Winnipeg Jet. And then I think you can send a young goaltender, Tarasov, with that package deal. So in return to Hellebuck, you can get maybe a first round pick, Bovis, and like Tarasov, the goaltender. Of course, you can add a prospect inside the package deal. You can changing the players like Teresa. You can make maybe Cole Sellinger, whatever it is. So I think the Columbus could become that kind of team. They want to give every chance for Mike Babcock returning in the NHL as a head coach for the Columbus Blue Jackets to have a better team and to have performing better. We know we have the Laney and Goodrow. They're really looking for a center. I think the third round pick is going to be Leo Carlson, if you ask me. But it'll be a team really it's another team, guys. You have to be careful. Like they will be active. They already make some kind of big trade to add a couple of great defensemen inside of for the upcoming season. We'll talk about them next minute. Will Toffoli go to Toronto? The connection with Toffoli or any other players go with Toronto is because Brad, the GM, came from the Calgary Flame. If I have that kind of question, I would say some players can go from Calgary to the Toronto. I would talk more about Anifin, a Danev, a Zadorov, a defenseman from Calgary could join more the Toronto Maple Leafs versus a Toffoli, in my opinion. But that would be the way I would see this, a trade between Calgary and the Toronto Maple Leafs. Great question, Jose. What is doesn't give up for him? We'll give it that answer. I'm ready, coach, for a good night sleep, but I love listening to you and my friend on NHL. Thanks so much, Larry. Always a pleasure. Great supporter. What about the Ren? B is in the house. Welcome back, Ren. Hopefully doing well. You talk about the Jets. If you've been good to make the playoff the same season. Elle gave up a Villardy and Yafalo for Pierre-Luc Dubois. If you have no successful plays at Nation, Villardy excellent return for Pierre-Luc Dubois. Yes, it is. But Villardy, guys, you remind me a lot. Wait, I'm going to be careful here. Some kind of player guy take time to find a way to become better. The increasing maybe not their full potential, but they become what they expect, right? Some take 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. He remind me a lot, Villardy, guys, the Troy Terry for the Anaheim Ducks. Terry took him 5 years, I believe, to become a good center for the Anaheim Ducks. Villardy, that's what he did. And last year was his best season in NHL. I think Winnipeg Jets tried to get Quinton Byfield, but I don't think so. The Los Angeles Kings want to trade Byfield, can play winger, a center. If ever, Pierre-Luc Dubois could become, of course, a winger with the Los Angeles Kings. If ever this involved, this trade is done deal. So, yeah, that's what's happening about Pierre-Luc Dubois, Villardy, Yafalo. And I feel like, is it enough? Is it enough? Yes and no. It's just because Jet at some point they are limited, or the leverage to trade Dubois is limited at some point. Why not Montreal? But Montreal to spend that kind of players, but they have to give a player like possible a Safkowski or a Doc. That could be will be really what they're looking for. And I don't think so. Montreal is willing to trade a center and return. And that's what, and join with what after that? Mike Madison, possible. So let's talk about Kirby Dak, Mike Madison. That's what it would be the cost of Pierre-Luc Dubois. Again, it's not over yet, but I think Montreal don't have the asset to match up perfectly the Winnipeg Jets for Pierre-Luc Dubois. Zenit Gaming, welcome back. Directly pour la Beauce. Zenit with Zera. Perfect. We don't need Dubois and Montreal. Claude Richard from Ottawa is in the house. Welcome back. It's okay, Kills and Paint, but the stuff is going to be awesome. John Garage is in the house. Welcome back, John. Thanks to be with our Canadian Live Show. We love you, Jose. Apparently, the King are working on the contract extension with Pierre-Luc Dubois. Yes, Gary, the maximum they can get is 7 years. If you don't get an extra year with the Winnipeg Jets, that would be what they are right now. About that, yeah, I'll give it in my eyes. Thank you, and I'll tap. Coach, will we have a live show the day of the draft? Yes, we do always the live for NHL draft, guys. So the NHL draft start at 7 o'clock. I'm going to be live at 6:30. And sometimes people pop up. Last year, we have a couple of people pop up, join the show, join me live, and we follow up with everything happening in NHL. Of course, you're going to have the name of the player before me, but it is what it is, right? I'm live streaming live from the channel on the TV. So point behind that is we're going to be live for the first round, the second round, and the third round usually. For after the Montreal Canadiens, the Montreal don't have a pick between 69 to 101, if I can be right. So it's a lot of pick between the second day. The second day, guys, is rolling. You know, they go fast, and sometimes you cannot follow everything. The first night, it's about a short 3 hours. It takes a long time before they make. The good news for the Montreal Canadiens, they have 2 picks in the first round. So you think about this 5th and 31st. So that will keep all the people in the chat talking about that. I'm going to go to this. Tomorrow night, guys, we try to do an NHL draft, mock draft. So what we're going to do, look like Mike and Artab will be with me. We'll try to get Marco. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go through team by team. So he's going to select, example, in Artab start with the Chicago Blackhawks, and then he said Bedard, and then the Anaheim Ducks go with Fantilli, and then following by another Columbus with Carlson example. Me, I'm going to challenge the people, pick their players, and I will tell you the reason why the team select that players. So you can understand more what sometimes you don't always go with the best player, but this year, guys, is really different. The Michkov saga or the Michkov situation creates some kind of the chaos to figure out where it's going to go, and why, example, the Arizona will skip Michkov and not take the reason behind why they don't take Michkov. They go maybe with Rainbacker, but I will tell you the reason behind that, and then why the Washington Capitals want Michkov, and why maybe they want to move up because the Flyers maybe want Michkov, and why the Flyers want Michkov and not to go with another players. So I try to give you the reason why the team are looking for that specific players. The reason why maybe a Benson, maybe a Perrault now jumping at that 10, and I will go all the way like that. So it'll be fun. I think you want to give you a little bit more some kind of informative information about what the team are looking for, the NHL draft 2023, and what kind it look like the round number 1, and what is going to be, like, example, Simashev, how many Russian players going to be at the top 10 example, or how many defensemen going to be at top 15, what is going to happen with Santa Pelica. And then, so it'll be fun. I think you take a little bit of information you need to know, and I think it'll be great sharing this. Of course, we're going to talk about the Montreal Canadiens tomorrow night, so don't forget, guys, for the summer, every Monday night, every Wednesday night, that channel is about the Montreal Canadiens. We have a special week like this week. It was going to be this week, the Montreal Tuesday night. It will be about the Montreal Canadiens, and we're going to go through all the time, all the week about everything going happening around the league, about the Montreal Canadiens. The trouble at W is in the house. Welcome back, Mr. W. Thanks to be with our Canadian show. Try to pick it up, everybody in the chat. Mr. Roger Bouchard is in the house.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Thanks to be with us, Mr. Butch. Glad they're having you aboard. You have any question, guys? It's the time asking me question. I'm going to answer you. The way is, look, we have to give up at Coley and Anderson for Pierre Dubois. No thanks. I think if you talk about Yafalo, Anderson is a great asset to talk about. Villarde, Coley, yeah, that makes sense. It's a great way to see that, Gary. I think you are there to explode the trade market. The thinking market will explode the trade market. Toronto, for the first time, there's some kind of leverage for the money for the trade. We're going to talk about Toronto in the next couple of minutes. I have a couple of information about that for sure. Very possible Hughes will make at least one big surprise move. Montreal Canadiens could make some kind of move like that for sure. It could be move up the 5th or a pick they have. To get maybe Will Smith at number 4 if San Jose want to drop a 5. That would cost Montreal Canadiens another pick, maybe the 31st or the 37th if the San Jose go a 5. They could move down. The only thing can move up from move down is honestly the Washington Capitals or the Detroit Red Wings. Two teams I think they're looking for Michkov. More the Washington Capitals. I make my proposal yesterday was 5th and to 8 and 8 to 5 for the Washington Capitals, and they send Anthony Manta for the Montreal Canadiens. And because it's a slump, a dump salary for Manta for on his final contract in NHL, so Montreal Canadiens request the first overall pick for the Washington Capitals 2024, but protected by the Washington Capitals. He could be the top 10 example, top 8, whatever you want to call it. That would be a trade I think Montreal could do if they drop at 8. What's the impact of that one? Is the Montreal Canadiens after that, but now they're losing to, they're going to have a number 8. Number 6, I think the Arizona are looking for Reinbacher. And number 7, before that, there was Flyers was looking for the Michkov. And now without Michkov, I think they're going to looking between Devoski and Leonard. I think they're going to go with Leonard. That will give the Montreal Canadiens guys to start with Devoski at number 8 if they're jumping 5 to 8. And this, I'm not think so they will do that. So I don't know too much about the other evaluation from them. After Devoski, Benson can be at the same level. Perrault could be another one at 8. Is a little bit limited. Is really high, but that's a one. Can they go with Simashev? I'm not sure. I'm number 8. But that will give them another first-round pick in 2024. And they're going to have Manta as a winger for the upcoming season. But that is fun to win for them. What they consider Devoski and Leonard, or Devoski or Leonard versus Reinbacher, or Leonard versus Benson. Those compare, that's what the Montreal are. Again, they are difficult to read yet. We'll try to get more information if something changes. So that give you a little bit an idea. Great point, Mr. Roger. We have Mr. Deuce. B is in the house. Forget about Pierre's. What thing is just not a good fit for the Montreal Canadiens right now. You're absolutely right. At this moment, it is. Do you think Adelbach would be a Jet next season, Coach? No. Dan, I think I answered to you a little bit earlier, but if you don't hear me, I will repeat. No, Adelbach is going to be out for them. For sure, isn't it? I'm having fun with someone in the chat. We spend in let's go. Here we go. Who would you want to Adelbach, Coach? Who would you want for Adelbach? Well, it depends, right? If you talk about, they're going to get, like I said, a prospect, 2 players play already in NHL, and then a prospect. I will give you an example. The New Jersey Devils. Yes, you know, the Devils have a lot of great goaltender as a prospect. They have Schmidt over there, and they have Nico Das. They have Blackwood too. But example, the Devils could trade one of the 2 young prospects. That's something Winnipeg will be really happy about that. I think Sharakovich now is on the market because the contract they gave to Jesper Pratt, and they're going to give a contract to Timo Meier at $8.5 million, $8 million. That's what we heard. So that will give a little bit, not much money for the Devils. I think Sharakovich as a RFA could get over $2 million, and I think they cannot. So you can involve him, and then you can maybe trade Alexander Ol's example. It's just a name. So you get Old Sharakovich, and then you get a goaltender Schmidt example. Is it good enough? Maybe not. Maybe add another pick. I don't know. But the Devils could be that thing. The Columbus could make. And we talked about Columbus earlier about Adelbach. And the market goaltender is really open up anyway. So he's going to move up left and right for sure. Villarde have a great start, and then it was early hurt of the rest of the year. Hey, he finished a little bit stronger in our top for Villarde for sure. But I don't think so. It'll be only Villarde and Iafallo. I expect a second-round pick. I expect something come with the pick. Like I said, if I'm Winnipeg Jet guys, they have a really Kings have a lot of good prospects. Yes, they trade Thursday to the Arizona, but I think they have a couple of great prospects. Spence, the four Kromaniak, I believe, or Kromniak. They could be one of them. It could be involved with that trade. That's what I would request from the Jets, me, if I was them, to make that kind of players. Same color for the set, Dubois, and on top. Who do you think the Jets would take in the draft? This is a great question. Then it depends what it will be if they're going to have another pick or not from the trade for Pierre-Luc Dubois or for the trade for Alebak about this. So we pay Jets, you know, if I was them, I would not be surprised. They're really looking for a forward as a winger, Dan, or a center. Um, but again, the leaderboard, it will be interesting what they're going to look at. It could be it more likely than Laval. Number game right now on the defense. Do I miss a question in the top? Can Mayu make the after training camp? The chance that Mayu make the team are very low. I think they will not start with too many defensemen. Rookie, I think they will send him more at Laval Rocket to get experience. Because last year they can do that. They can afford guys last year to do that with add more defense, more rookies in the lineup because they knew they were only about development. This year, guys, the mentality, the mindset shifting to try to win more game, and then they develop at the same time. So I would be shocked, and with the player they have now in the lineup, and the roster they have, the forward, and who they can make the playoff and make the team. Yeah, not many rookies like last year going to join the Montreal Canadiens. Last year, example, Sakowski make it, right? Then could be that. Consider him like maybe not a rookie, but still a new player for the Montreal Canadiens. So let's go with Sakowski. Then Aris was really his first season. Jacky, they have Cooley, the defenseman. They add Kovacevic at some point. That's a 3 defensemen right there, plus a forward. They have about 5 new players. And Montembeault was really his full season. That's a lot inside the team. So maybe one of them, you have to consider like RHP and part of the rookie almost. So I don't expect too much for that. Allen could be another one. Can Henneman make it? I don't think so. I think Henneman will start in Laval, at least surprise someone, because Montreal have already too many contracts under like Pitlick, Pesada, and then going to sign possible Ireland. So, and defensemen, they have already 8 defensemen without Mayu. That will give him 9. Yes, Whiteman, you have to consider Whiteman, because Whiteman already has a contract with Montreal Canadiens. Don't say you're going to make the team, but he have a contract with the Montreal Canadiens. Call will be, will the leave buy out Murray? That's the possibility happening, Jose, about the Matt Murray situation. We know they tried to sign Samsonov at that moment to join with the rookie Justin Wolf. So that would be the really 1-1 over there, Jose, or at least a team. Like now, Arizona just signed Connor Ingram, so they're not looking for a goaltender over there. So, that would be most the way I would see a buyout for Matt Murray, Jose. Great question. The Habs are not in the desperate mode or way or the highway. No, Montreal Canadiens are not that way over there. That's the reason they're going to be, I think they're going to be very quiet as a UFA team. I don't think so. They're going to spend a lot of money on the UFA. It could add veterans, what they believe, but not much happening at the UFA or Montreal Canadiens. They are not there. When you rebuild a team, you're not targeting the UFA. I think Montreal is 1 year away to add a players as a UFA as for fill up the position maybe missing for the upcoming year after that. But otherwise, I see Montreal really make a big splash on UFA in the next 2 years. Great question about this, Gary. Pourquoi Al Dubois, one does not know what he wants, is a bad room guy like that, and he cost too much at Montreal for Montreal. Montreal for the moment. Yeah, Andre, the situation Pierre-Luc Dubois changed a lot when Dubois want to get out in May, right? When he said, I'm not going to resign my contract with the as a RFA. And he decided to jump in and to trade, to request a trade to get out the Winnipeg. So that's tie up a little bit more the Montreal Canadiens because Montreal cannot wait anymore. And the Winnipeg Jet does not want to let him go next season without nothing in return. So Winnipeg Jet, they have to trade him. And Pierre Dubois gave them a list of 5-16. Then he dropped at 3 at some point. And Montreal get out of the race for Pierre Dubois because the situation of what they request is that Montreal cannot afford to give for Pierre Dubois. I will say something on Andre about one thing about, and I'm sometimes guilty about that too. Sometimes you heard some comments about some players from the other people, and sometimes they are true, sometimes they are not true. So I don't know what Pierre-Luc Dubois it looked like inside the locker room. I don't know. But what we know is he requests twice to get out of the city for any reason, right? So this is a pattern for him. Now, as a players in the locker room, I would say to you, I don't know. Some people really like the way Pierre-Luc Dubois was in the locker room. David Savard talk always positive about Pierre-Luc Dubois. With that many teammates play with him at Columbus Blue Jackets really like Pierre-Luc Dubois. So I don't think so. I would not say that way, but the fact he repeat twice to get out of the city, but that's something you always concerned about. Point where the Jet became in the first round. I don't have the pick of the Winnipeg Jet in front. I don't know. Let me check that. I'll give you more about that one. I tried to see the reason why they are that's why we're there and we pick Jets. I don't know in front of me right now. That's a good question. I think they are 18, 19, right? 17, 18, 19, Dan, if I can recall it. 18, here we go. And after I'm looking around at Dan, and after, so they are 18. So at 18, Dan, a player like Musty could be that winger. Quentin Musty could be there. I think Paulo will be out already. Yager could be another player. So I'm thinking very quickly. The defenseman, Wellander, could be another defenseman you can pick up there. That's the players. And then depends, some player will be dropped down. I don't think so. Danielson will be out. Could be more, not more, maybe more, or maybe Wood could drop over 15. And Sandon Pelika, that's another one we have to concern. So those player name, guys, I'm talking is between 13 to 20. Can they pick up a defenseman or Simashev or Daniel Butt? That will be another way they can get about that. Roger Delaney is in the house. Welcome back, Roger. Thanks for being with us. Is there any interest from other team to try to get Allen or the Habs? Not really, Butch. And the Montreal Canadiens mentioned last week, Butch, they don't want to trade Jake Allen. His extension contract start this year at $3.8 million, $3.875, I believe, and for the next 2 years for the Montreal Canadiens. So I don't think so. I think Allen bring a lot of the great things on the locker room and the off ice, and they are happy about They are happy about that. And the message they want to leave to the players this year is we want to win. We want to make the playoff. So they think they would be better to start the season with Jake Allen and Montembeault. If they let go, they trade Jake Allen, an example. But now I don't feel Martin Saint would be really happy to start with Primo and Montembeault. I don't think so. Yes, Jake Allen have a bad year, have a point save percentage of 891, I believe, under 900. That's rare happening to Jake Allen, but happened at 3.55 against was for him last season. That's happening to Jake Allen, but at the end of the day, it's happened with injuries. So I think it's a really good backup number 2, and the guy cannot play 8 to 10 games straight. And that's what the Montreal have to protect him they have to manage better the Jake Allen starter as a starter with the Montreal Canadiens. With Montembeault now more really more reliable for the Montreal Canadiens, more consistency with Montembeault. It's going to be a good matchup for the Montreal Canadiens. So they want to win, and I think that's a good message to keep Allen for this season. Now it could be traded at the traded line. They can be traded during the summer, but that could happen about that. Don't forget, guys, to click on the like. That'd be awesome. If you don't mind, Will Smith is a player that bring you to the playoff. Brandon is a player that bring you through the playoff. Between two, I choose Leonard. I tried to give you the best answer about this, Gary. So, Montreal Canadiens, they don't have the prototype, the player like Ryan Leonard as a winger. The closest one is Josh Anderson. Now, don't say he's compared to Josh Anderson. I'm talking about the compete, the go to the corner, chasing the puck, onto the puck. That's what Ryan Leonard. Will Smith, it's a Nick Suzuki, but better. What? Yeah, better. Will Smith make the play around him better. Will Smith drive the play. He's a playmaker. That's what Will Smith. I predict if Montreal select Will Smith, he's going to be the best center in the next 5 years. That's Will Smith. Now, Leonard, if you want to build a roster construction, but Leonard brings something Montreal does not have really in the lineup. But Will Smith, you have Kirby Dak and Suzuki. I think he's more close to Suzuki, but he's better to Suzuki at the end of the day. But Leonard, Montreal Canadiens don't have. It's another Arturi Lekonen, but better. Like better. So he can score, he compete. He's a really, like I said, a chaser. And I think that's what Ryan Leonard is for the Montreal Canadiens. Can they go with David Reinbacher? I think they was at some point, but I think now they're really focusing. And why? And Smith, Leonard, guys, they know both of them. Ken Hughes knows them, knows the family, they grow, and they really know what they can get. Remember, guys, and I was thinking about to talk about this tomorrow night, but now you open the door. So let's talking about this. And I apologize, guys, if you come here for some time to talking about other team, and then I'm talking about Montreal. Because most of the fans here are the Montreal Canadiens. I try to give you the best information or contents I can, what I know. You know, the last 2 days, I did not work a lot, but I work on certain things. But I tried to work on Ken Hughes. Check the move he did last year. Everybody was thinking about Shane Wright. Most of the fans want Shane Wright. And they start to learning more about Sarkowski when they meet Sarkowski at the combine. One thing Montreal Canadiens are really focusing. Of course, talent is the first one. The skill is someone there. I understand that. But they really want players with characters. Players where can handle the pressure of Montreal, can play in the Montreal city. That's one thing they're looking for. Not said, but what? Why not? Everybody can play. No, not everybody can play Montreal. They feel like that player need to be comfortable with all the pressure around. How they figure out that is when they make those kind of interview about that, right? I will give you an example, guys. If you have a chance watching Connor Bedard for the last 1 month, when he made interview at the TV, he met the NHL Stanley Cup. He won there. Look about how humble it is. He really fascinate me for the way he's behaved himself with the media, the way he talks. It's never about him. He just right now enjoy the moment. He's in the moment right now to enjoy what he takes to become a first-round pick, overall pick in NHL. He always talk about others. He's always appreciated. He's grateful. That's what a player you want to build. That's what you want in your team. Now, I did not know the interview yet. They're going to meet Mitch Cobb this week. Kenny Chen, the prospective Montreal Canadian, and they really like the character of Mitch Cobb. I don't know. But I will tell you one thing. Reinbacher did not helping himself in the interview. When you get guys, I remember when I was studying with Tom Turkin. Turkin is a guy talking about, he's in the fitness area where I was been to fitness at some point. And then it was more like a mentor for me. But he was very close with Drew Brees. And I have a chance after that to go to and the story about Drew Brees. He was talking at some point how it's important during an interview you do at the draft year. Everything count. How you shake your hands, how you look to the people in front of you, how quick you can answer those questions about this. How do you sit on the table, on the chair? What do you put your shoulder? What is your hands on the table? There are people, guys, go around the table, and that's what the only thing they do is to look about the body language of the players. And that was coming from Drew Brees. I always still remember that one over there. And I think the guy from NHL Network, I cannot remember his name. He talked about how important the interview are in the NHL. And that's those kind of situations. You try to find who they are, the player, what kind of human being they are, what kind of character they are. So it's very important about that. I know maybe out of the subject, but I love those stuff like that. So Gary, welcome. Thanks again to that. Forget Manta and Washington. They don't have much to offer to Montreal. That's a great. And I thought I disagree. Montreal can even get the first round pick 2024. That's exactly what happened with Monahan last year. That's what I think I disagree about that. Montreal get the number 5, you drop at 8, and they get Anthony Manta, and then they get after that first round pick 2024. I think it's not too bad at all. You can add another first round pick. Montreal going to get at that moment. If they do that, Montreal have 2 first round pick this year, next year, and the following year after that. For that. Heather Smith or Leonard is just fine with me, Larry. No Devaski plays. Again, I would disagree with Inartab about that. Devaski guys increasing. A lot more people put him right now on the top 6 in NHL. He is really on the top of the best second or the third tier, I would say to you, for that draft, NHL draft. I think a lot of people does not give enough credit for Devaski. I think Devaski is going to be a great hockey player in NHL. I think he could be a kind of player, could be 70 point and 60 to 70 point, maybe 80 point. How depends where he's going to go and how he's going to be developed. The potential of Devaski is there. He's a late birthday. I think it's July 8th for Devaski. He's already big already. It's 200 pounds. He's always 6'1", 6 or 6'1" already. He can play winger, he can play center. Really smart hockey players. He's going to be out at the top 10 and that. So that if Montreal go at 8, that's a conversation Devaski or not. I don't think so. A team like Arizona and Philadelphia are going to get Devaski. But this Devaski could be a top 10 for sure. One player guy could be get out of the top 10 could be Benson. A lot of people like Benson, but he reminds me a lot of Matthew Savoie last year. Savoie dropped in the draft, and I think that opinion, same thing could happen with Benson. But you never know what could happen. I hope the app get Mishkov is a generational player, or why is there haven't been a discussion about that one over there? Because with Mishkov, bring other things. With Mishkov. What could happen in the next 3 years with Mishkov, we don't know. The access, the fact you have no access to Mishkov, this is a problem for the Montreal Canadiens. Secondly, the first year, guys, when you play with the CSKA, the best team KHL, it's a really great hockey team. To make the team at 18 years old, it's not easy. So I understand Mishkov is already great. He's going to make it. Now, the conversation after that, Roger, is what it would be is too high. How many minutes is going to play for the CSKA? Usually at 18 years old, guy play at 15 minutes per game. It's not happen a lot. Can you do that? I'm not sure. But this is the one thing you have to be concerned too. Then after that, the access to limited to communicate with him. And then after that, how they can develop. The Montreal cannot tell him how he can develop over there. And that's the problem. He's really problem. He's maybe the best player on the top prospect 2023 for the offensive mindset. It's rare you see a Mitch Cobb, but the guy struggled a lot on defensive zone coverage. So if he's coming to Montreal at the time when Montreal are really good or they better, and now he have to start with NHL, but he cannot cover the defenseman. So Montreal lose about 3 years of development with Mitch Cobb. This is a question about that. And is it risky? Yes, it is. But Montreal could take that guy and they figure out, we'll see what happening in the next 3-4 years. But I don't think so. I think Montreal likes a lot Leonard. And that's the reason Arizona maybe skip Mitch Cobb. They have a reason behind everything, guys. Why not Anaheim take Mitch Cobb? Why not San Jose don't take Mitch Cobb? Why not Columbus don't take Mitch Cobb? Why not the Montreal don't take Mitch Cobb? And why not Arizona don't take Mitch Cobb? And the reason why the Flyers going to take Mitch Cobb, because the Flyers guys, they're really rebuild number one. I said example, Montreal take Mitch Cobb if they are year number one last season. They take Mitch Cobb because they can wait more and they can figure out maybe changing their mind. Now, the fact they are rebuilding, they know a little bit more the roster they look like, possible they skip Mitch Cobb. But Mitch Cobb is going to be a great hockey player only in 7-8 years. You're going to tell us exactly what happening with that year draft at 2023. That's the beauty of the draft. You never know. And we can go back 5 years ago and see what, Montreal select Kotkaniemi over Brady Tkachuk. It's easy to talk that way, but that's what you do at draft in NHL. It's no science. It's not, many teams make mistakes. It's a part of this. But, and then after that, you said, I would say to you, Roger, is what is the gap between Mitch Cobb and Leonard? And when the Montreal is going to make the playoff, what Mitch Cobb bring on the table and what Leonard bring on the table? I would say to you, look what Lehkonen did for the Colorado Avalanche. Lehkonen was not their best players, skill-wise and talent-wise. But Lehkonen fill up the biggest hole they don't have. A guy can play the 200 game. He can play on PK and get chasing the puck and hunter the puck and turn around everything. Really one smart hockey player. And that's what you figure out. And that's what Leonard can bring to the Montreal Canadiens in the future. Oh my God, I'm behind everything. I apologize. Eric, the Bruins are really planning to have a franchise doing trade soon. Coach, if Mitch Cobb is available at 5, do you think Montreal would trade down with Washington? It's possible there for sure. The Washington are really scared about the Flyers because they really believe the Flyers could take. I think Mitch Cobb go to the Flyers if Washington don't jump in at 5. I would be surprised about that. So yes, they can get, but now Montreal can request a little bit more if they want to. The problem with Montreal, like I said earlier, they may be losing the player they're looking for. Do you think Mitch Cobb could be another? No, not at all. Like, no close about that, Gary. No, don't worry about Fentany. Don't worry about Mitch Cobb, and don't worry about Bedard. Don't worry about Carlson. Well, we're not Will Smith. Will Smith will have a good hockey career, but maybe not like the other 4 I'm talking about. But I think I don't see any of them drop like Yakupov, in my opinion. Don't forget, guys, to click on the like for that. But everything could happen, by the way, but I don't think so. About this, RG, thanks so much. RG boy is in the house. Gogo is in the house. Welcome back. That shutout plan is going to move Murray. I need to take her. I don't think so. I think it's going to be more buy out for Matt Murray. I don't see a team get Matt Murray. At least Toronto retain a 50% contract. When Mayu met with Bettman and he was on that. I think at some point Bettman want to meet him during the playoff at the Stanley Cup. It did not happening. It's just Roger or everybody in the chat, MEILLEUR with Batman, guys, it's just going to be very quickly on the phone, everything like that. Montreal, the NHL requests some kind of document to the Montreal Canadiens. The young men had to fill up they had to follow some course, everything like that. And they are all prove it, gave it to Batman, and Batman, it's not like a court. You just let it go, say, yeah, no problem, welcome back in the NHL. We wish you the best for you, my friend. It will be very quickly a phone call or maybe a Zoom, everything like that. I don't think so, like a big. It can only be, I believe. If Owenson can strike a trade, just as like down for the Nashville, put a great point about that one there. So we have a couple of trades happening, not this one. The Colorado Nashville Trap make a trade on the weekend. Ran Owenson to the Nashville. What is the key behind that? Yes, for the Nashville Predator guy, they let go $8 million. That gave them $4 million. They know they lost or they trade last year Egg Home, and they trade Michael Granlund with Owenson all together. That gave them $60 million. They can go. So it can add they trade another Raiders. That's $4 million. That's about $20 million. Barry Trotz have his hands run out to go a UFA. Watch Bertozzi or Orlov with a Nashville Predator. That's one of my point about that one there. So why Colorado go with Owenson? Because you have only 2 years of his contract, right? And now they get a second center like Owenson at $4 million. The quality Owenson can bring to the, if Owenson fill up only 50 points, right? And he fill up 15 goals. But it is a guy play very well. He's a smart hockey. He was drafted 4th, I believe he was 4th overall pick by the Columbus Blue Jacket. He have 63 points 2 years ago. He can play very well with the Colorado Avalanche. And then Colorado, they know they're going to losing GD Comfort and possible and lost Eiler. They never find a way to get another player like after Nathan Kadri left the team. And so for $4 million, this is a bargain for the Nashville, for the Colorado, and they cost them nothing. It's Kelly shot, Mr. Luggage, right? So that's happening about this. The Bruins does not have a first or second or the fourth this year. Next year, they have 2 first round, the third. Need to acquire a pick for sure. Could see them falling hard this year. It depends, right? The Boston Bruins, they always find a way to, every year, everybody tells Boston Bruins fall apart. The key for them is to see, okay, what happening with Patrice Bergeron when he leave the building, right? Now, they have 2 cards in your hands. They have Linus Ullmark and they have Swimmen. They have a really excellent goaltender and the prospect for them, really, really good. Like he plays so good again at Providence this year. Let me check his name to be sure I give you the right name for the goaltender. And they want maybe have a spot for him. So this is the reason why Boston could be busy about that. I cannot remember his last name. Anyhow, so what happening there is possible they make a trade to get a first round pick or something like that, or a pick and return to maybe let go Swimmen. I don't think so would happen, but you never know. So Boston, the fact they're losing right now, Orlov and Bertozzi, and the fact possible Bergeron, Krejci not returning, that's the 4 players really have a big impact for them. But still have the core over there. I'm talking about the core. They have other players like Marchand, they have Pasternak, they have the goaltender, Swimmen or Ullmark, they have Lindholm, McEnroy, Carlo. It's not about the team going to be like this, down. Yes, the prospect is really low over there. So they can refill up over there. But it's the Boston will remind me a lot Vegas. They don't go with that direction. They really want a player they can get and return, sign or UFA or something like that. But it would be interesting. They struggle with salary cap with Pasternak now hit his contract at $11 million. Nashville 25% Winston salary. Steve G, yeah, I'm sorry about this. I'm going to burst on this. Every year, I think it's Boston turn 2025, but somehow they turn out to be great. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. Adam Hill is stay and Vegas apparently a 2-year deal. Yes, Gary, this is another rumor. Adam Berger sent me a 2-year about $3.9 million. I believe it was the deal about that. Tough stuff for the Canadian. Well, the share would be Calgary Flame. What a mess there for the We're supposed to talk about that one. We're supposed to talk about this. By the way, Lesson K trade Sean Dorsey to Arizona Coyotes. And for the second round pick, good trade for both teams. The Arizona guys, they want to have low. They will try to play about 60 at the minimum, $63 million at $65 million. And to add Dorsey after the last check run and Kobe share, I think that's a good pick for the get for the Lesson King. The King need to open spot and away for clock, and they need more money on the salary cap. So I think for both parties is there. Now, guys, Sean Dorsey is a good hockey player, but you have a lot of Dorsey in NHL, right? So don't be too much like, oh my God, no. They have a lot of Sean Dorsey and NHL. I think he was a 52 overall pick, a second round by the Toronto Maple Leafs a couple years ago. He was involved with Detroit with the defenseman Jake Murzin. Talking about the Calgary Flame from Luciano. I think I have something here for you guys on Calgary. I don't know. Calgary is right here. Here's the situation with Calgary, guys. But it's not the way they was thinking. They would start with Conroy and Uska. If you think about that, guys, everybody last year said everybody want to leave Goudreau Tkachuk because of Sutter. Sutter is not there anymore since February, and everybody want to leave. So is it Daryl Sutter was the big problem over there? Because Tkachuk and Goudreau doesn't want to return? Or it's just because the player doesn't want to play for Calgary Flames? I don't know. Because now they have a new GM. They have a new coach. So why the player leave? The reason why behind that, guys, is Anifin. Anifin want to play back in the USA. He was born in USA. He want to be returning and play for the team in the USA. Backlund, 35 years old. It's not like, you have a lot of Backlund in NHL. It's just like he have some kind of relationship with the team for many years, play over there. That's the only thing. Lindholm, there will be a loss for them for sure. But don't be surprised if the Calgary Flame with the Fleur Panthers trade Anthony Duclair to the Calgary Flames because they have the duo Duclair and Huberdeau, and they will try to wake up him. They offer to Lindholm an 8 years contract. Can he accept this? I'm not sure. And then they have player with RFA, Zadorov, have 1 more year on his contract. There's maybe another departure for the Calgary Flames. Would be interesting, and they want to use the prospect. So that's the situation about this. Toffoli want to leave, possible too. I really like the management over there. Montreal got used, Martin St. Louis. That's what they got, guys. The claim. Kerry Conroy is really underrated as a GM in NHL. Been there for many years, I think 10, 12 years as assistant GM. And then after that, Uska have a really great career in the past as a head coach. And he really fit with the prospect. Like, they know them. He was assistant coach over there too. So to get now maybe Gary, Pelletier, Phillips, not sure about him, Wolf, they have maybe on a transition, they lost Milan Lucic. It'll be interesting. I think, yes, to losing the player we're talking about, like Lindholm and Anifin and Toffoli, I will hurt them. But if they can get something good in return, like Anifin, they can get something in return, that'd be great. Guys, don't be surprised if the Seattle Kraken are running after Anifin. The Seattle Kraken are going to lose Carson Soucy as a UFA. It was one a big, good piece of the puzzle. And I think Anifin can stabilize the left defenseman. Yes, they have Vince Dunn over there, and they have Oli Shack. But I think to add a veteran player like Anifin, I think it will be a great asset. The Seattle Kraken are shopping for a defenseman for sure. But before, maybe they have also Adam Larson as a type. Maybe they're looking maybe another prototype of defenseman. But I think they would be interesting. I did not even know Kalichuk was still in the NHL. Did not play a lot of games last year with the Colorado Avalanche. Played most of the time with the Colorado Eagles. We know the Colorado let him go, and then they called him back after many injuries for the Colorado Avalanche. Maybe Steve G can talk about this, about the Colorado Eagles. for that. Good trade for the both team, and Nashville is getting ready for another move with $3 million spent. Exactly, Steve. The others will not have too much competition in the division next season. Gary. The winner of the Stanley Cup is Vegas Golden Knight. The Lesson Kings, if you add Pierre Dubois, that's a really good team. So I'll be disagree with you. Points like Edmonton are going to be better or not? This is the biggest question for them. I don't know, Gary. I think they're going to be not easy for others. Again, the goaltender. Don't forget, guys, to click on the like. That'd be awesome. I believe the Leaf Edmonton playoff for Ottawa would just sneak in the World Cup if all knows make it. Others would be at the conference final next season. Who is the next corner without Sidney Crosby? Is there any name out there already too early? But yeah, they talk about Sidney Brini and Elzeman. To consider them on that level, this you talk about a special player like top every 10 years, not really a real deal. They have a young kids play in USC. Cannot remember his name. I think he's 13, 14 years old. And they consider him the next 4 years. You have, of course, the kid from what's the name? McMurnin. Oh my God, I forgot that. We make a video about him. It's another great forward beat play like the U16 tournament or U14, 15 tournament. And he make all the records in Canada. He play for team Yellowknife, I think, or something like that, North and Canada. Maybe another can mention his name. If Willie McLeod was in the chat, he would tell us because we talk about him for that. The one is NHL. What's Sharks? Yes, it is. Thanks so much. Welcome to the bar. Jake, stay because they will have another the pipe pick this year and the late stage. Yes, if Marchand get trade from Boston, here would be in the street. Yeah, to losing Bergeron and Marchand the same year, that'd be tough. I don't see that. I know we're not talk about this. I don't see Boston trade Marchand. At least they knew something we don't know about his injury. That's the kind of player guys can still there. Behavior can change. Luciano. The eyes under him, and he will still like play the game better. Sorry, busy night. Randy Walkman, congratulations for your article, by the way. Melissa Zabrin is in the house. Welcome back from Bloomington, Alabama. Wow, Bloomington, Alabama. The thing that surprised me about Bedard was how rapid he is. He sounds like a little kid when he play, but he is yeah, it is. He's really in good shape. He's really looking great. Sweet home, Bloomington. Yeah, sweet home. I can buy myself flowers. Sam P is in the house. Fun week and fun. Doing well, Sam. Thanks to be with us tonight. I appreciate that. Try to pick it up. Jesus, coach is agree with me all night. And I'll tap. As everybody talk to each other. Try to pick up what we said. They said the first round will start after the 4 pick is could be go any direction. Yep. Sorry about this, Gary. Absolutely right. It's Montreal are going to shifting a couple of things, and for sure, Gary. The collation we come. Now Alabama is live. We go talk about this. Please now about this about the. I pick up everything we got here, guys. We'll stick up for Marco. He's 18 years old. Take him. He will join in time. Marco will said is a game of inches. Yeah. Will you miss it? Oh, maybe so. I thought pick up, guys. Devosky has more upside than Benson or for Gary. Who do you think the Canucks should draft at 11 at center or a right defenseman, Ronan? Great question, Ronan. First of all, thanks to be with us. The Vancouver Canucks, I think they're going to go with a forward. At that point, 11, they still have a lot. I think they are only going to be out Rain Parker. And I think They have already they already kind of prototype of Pilicetic Sendon Pelica Queen use. Now, can they go with Simashev? That would be my only thing I would say to you, Roland. It could be that way, but one of the players are going to be out at 11. So I don't know. Oliver Moore, Gabe Perreault are going to be out. Can they go with Nate Danielson at 11? It could be a great pick. Ken Devoski could be there at 11. Can Zach Benson can be there at 11? I don't know. But that's the kind of player I just mentioned to you are going to get there at 11. Can they go with Matthew Wood? They would like to add maybe a winger 6'3" in the lineup. So I would say to you, Perreault, Danielson, Wood, Moore are the player I'm thinking. I don't think so. They will be right defenseman now. Simashev, it could be one, maybe could changing there at 11 runner. Hopefully this helping you for that. Here we go. William McClure, we just talk about him at pop up here. Guys, I'm really behind. I apologize. Sab took Alexandre Mogherini for that. Yeah, but that time is different about this one, like a Sabre. And the Panthers lead to Anifin, a sweepstake for that one there. That would be really interesting. The fact, like I just talked about, Duclair with the Flame, Anifin could be another way over there. And the Sabre, they're looking for a defenseman for sure. And they have everything what Calgary can get in return for that one. For everybody in the chat, thanks so much. We're going to sign Adam Hill a 2 years contract at $4.9 million AAV. Here we go. That's a lot of money, guys. Gave $5 million guy Adam Hill. That's a lot of money. Yes, Micro, about Barry Trust. Watch out for them, Snake and Scorpion there in Alabama. Montreal can ask more for Washington, but they don't have the prospect or pick to do it. Let's stay at 8. The key behind that guy for the number 8, I think, is Montreal, who they want to get. It's Leonard, and it will disappear after that. So that's the problem. It's the same thing with that. Honestly, if they trade Montreal, trade Washington, it's the same problem with Montreal with Washington. Washington want Mishkov, and they know Philadelphia is going to get Mishkov. Now Montreal go 8, and Mishkov is out. Now Philadelphia want Leonard. So at the end of the day, Montreal better to stay at 5 if they want Leonard. Do you think Mishkov would stay where he wants to go? Not properly, like directly, right? But I don't see a Mishkov in Arizona example. I don't see that. So, I think he would play the, I would say like fake it to make it, right? But yeah. Thanks so much, Mr. Luciano. I expect Marie get a tough out, buy out. Yes, Randy. Don't forget to subscribe to the Ab Nation. The link is in the chat. We still at 25. Honestly, coach, we gotta think big and take a risk with Mishkov. He's there at 5. Chance is a player like this is available at 5 again. Highly unlucky. You're absolutely about this for sure. It's rare you have an opportunity to get a Mishkov. For the circumstance, if Mishkov is named, it was any name, right? If he was born in Canada, USA, Sweden, they will not do it. They will pick him up. And I don't think so he will be at 5. He'll be already out at 2nd. But what he bring with that, that's the biggest question at 5. It's, do you want to take the... think about this guy, right? Just go back to underside of the underside of this. They take Mishkov, and Mishkov does not play for Montreal Canadiens. What are you going to tell us the next 7 years? When after that, you have Leonard, Devoski, Benson, Rebacker, Moore, Perrault, all play right now, and they already play in the next 5 years, right? They already play maybe a 200 game in NHL. Michkov still play in Russia. What do you think Leonard is going to do with Montreal Canadiens and the next 2 years after they come back, we play with Montreal? That's a question there. So, are you willing to do that? Are you willing to skip Michkov and maybe never see Michkov? Are you willing to play with Michkov top 6 with Caulfield at 5'7" and a guy like 5'10"? I don't know. Do you think a team in NHL can win the Stanley Cup or can have a really good long run in the playoff with a 2 players cannot play very well on defensive zone coverage? Do you think you can play with 2 players can maybe 160 pounds? I don't know. Those questions, guys, I ask you that. So, do you think you try to home run, or you prefer to have a strike? Could maybe make an impact after that for many years because Montreal just lost a top 5 players in the draft for a risk? I don't think so. A team like Chicago, Arizona can do that. They can wait. I think Anaheim could be a team could pick up Michkov, but I think Fantilli if Anaheim was number 3rd, I think Anaheim take Michkov. But with Fantilli, they believe, they get better in return for them and second. For that, will you miss your all right, Sebastian? Randy, will have any other Flame player who want out maybe interest to come to Toronto? Will give you a minor. Vincent is going to Avalanche. I agree, a good deal for Avalanche, $4 million. Yeah, I'm sorry about that one over there. Coach Eric Konechny to the Rangers to fill in on the right side with loss of Tarasenko Kane. Travis Konechny for the New York Rangers. Interesting about that one there. I was supposed to make a video about 7 destinations about the Konechny and NHL. It's funny because William, I put on my video at the Brinkat, I put the New York Rangers looking for the Brinkat. But Konechny and return, a first round pick. They have a prospect they can request. Interesting. Interesting. A 5'10". Interesting, Konechny over there. I spoke to Shani about on opinions of the certain player there before they got job. Kane, William, Carrier Prochain falling off the cliff soon make that money and trade to Evan Better and Rabinoff. You have to be careful, guys, about that. For a lot of people talk about the trade for the Montreal again. With you have a lot of things because if Calgary fall apart, but the Florida Panthers doing well, the Montreal Canadiens get the pick of Florida Panthers. So you have to be careful about that because the Calgary now get their pick and they don't because you have protected top 10. It's a little bit complicated, but don't be too much excited because Calgary fall apart because it's a condition with the Florida Panthers. So Montreal could get the worst or the best scenario. The worst scenario at the end. So Florida Panthers again and again are involved with another first round pick for the Montreal Canadiens for sure. We'll probably end up with flat 25 first round Pluto Calgary. Here we go. Deuce. That's the point behind that for that. O'Reilly to bronze et Bergeron does not return. Oof, 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 oof. Yeah. Yeah, possible, William. It's a good pick over there. Can they offer to give him $6 million, 6.5? I think Chicago Blackhawks is going to open up more money to him. But maybe he will said, I want less money, but I want to play. Yeah, that's a good one over there, William. Adam Berger is in the house. Welcome back, Adam. Hopefully doing well. Glad to hear that. They are claiming that about this one. I'm not sure what you talk about. They are claiming that Sutter was verbally abusive to his players. Yeah, possible. Huberdeau and no pressure making a large cash for upcoming for that. A good squad could be Flame P involved with NFN trade. Another, did you heard about news for here in Vegas? Marco Larabee is in the house. Thanks so much, Marco. Don't forget to click on the likes. Sutter create a click in the change room. Days to I like and days to could understand him. Now we are see the fallout. I'm not about. It's not about Calgary. I think Kudrow and Kachuk is leaving, destroy the Calgary Flame and locker. You know what? Talk about this, guys. I will say to you something else. I really believe the Edmonton Oilers made the Calgary striker. I think the Edmonton Oilers, when they beat them in the playoff, they really messed up the Calgary Flame after that. I think the Flame never recovered from that loss, in my opinion. I could be wrong, but I would like to hear from Randy about that. I think Goodrow go like that. I think it would be always be Bonsoir out. Goodrow will have fun with Babcock and Rabinoff. En tap, et Marco, you miss coach, smash Benson and a tap. Yeah, maybe a tough couple of years for the Flame and the Jets. Absolutely. Go was very save their team with Mélenchon on it. And at top, they will use Hill, Thompson, and Bonsoir. I never like put line. Melissa, welcome aboard. Good night, I'll still learn. Toy pick up here. Then I agree with you. But 6 to 9 for him. Coach set plus 10. I was just said, I just want to make a rectification here and a top and Marco. I said, don't be surprised if Benson is out at the top 10. And I said, it will happen. Don't be surprised. And because all they will play around him and before him. That's the only thing. Because I really believe right now it's going to be Leonard, Rimbacher, Michkov, Devoski. And I don't see Detroit get Benson. I'd be shocked if Eisenman go with Benson. So that will bring him at 10. Like I said, work for a couple of years, then the player get tired of that and they start turning out. Yeah, I agree with you. I hate to say that, but the Vegas or maybe repeat. Can you guys stop this? Benson would be this draft at Caulfield. It would drop, but would be higher in the draft year for now. Or possible Marco. I have no doubt in my mind, Marco, for that. And again, I'm not against Benson at all. I try to find the best draft pick could happen there. Coach, I missed that. William. What's the name, William, of the young kid at 15 years old? We talk about him this year. Marchand as a Louis contract won't take more que Bergeron. It would be Brown for live. You're welcome, Randy. Any idea or any rule change next season, Coach? About the rules and NHL, not really at that moment. I don't see anything yet. can was discussed at the board last week in New York. I don't think so. They're testing some rules, but not really confirmed for the upcoming season, Roger Butch. I could be wrong there. Kachuk got injured in the preseason, sent down to Eagles, play for a game with 0 points, then was placed on the waiver. Exactly. See, here we go. I knew it was something right there for that one. Kachuk has been traded 6 times in the last 5 years, and that's not including, I think, Luciano. He was traded for 6 years and he left the Montreal Canadiens, but he gets traded more often. Like he make 8 or 9 teams, if I can recall it. Adam, welcome back, Adam. About that. About this, GS if Smith is not available, use Gordon will draft Leonard, if not Miskov. Yeah, great point about this, GSM. Thanks to be with us tonight. First time here. Don't forget to click on the likes. Extra package. A release to Nashville for a half price, middle 600. I'm super happy. Yeah, I think the risk, Steve, is not cost too much for the Colorado Avalanche. I agree with you about that. Who you're talking about? I cannot remember his name. Yeah, Kachina is one of the last Olaf from the crappy 20 draft. It should have been gone by now, but somehow he keep holding on. Yeah, I'm sorry about this one. And Rabinov. Because we need to replace Stone is permanently injured through his hockey career. That's a great point, but again, he did not play after the season. He played in the playoff. He did pretty good overall, but it's a kind of player they would hurt without Barbashev. Stone, the biggest going to be a really difficulties at some point. Do you think Trust has considered use for the pick number 5? What would be the ask for Montreal Canadiens? But Nashville is pick number 15. I know you have some kind of rumor. I heard about that. You have some name like Yaroslavl. It was involved with that part over there. I just give you an idea about that. At least you get Yaroslavl. But without Yaroslavl, Montreal going to leave a top 6 player, maybe a top 3 players, to maybe a top 9. The risk from 5 to 15 guy is really big. We talk about it's really big. At least you get Yaroslavl. And again, I'm not sure. Would be. I know this word. I saw the trade bait somewhere. Montreal are not trading the 5th pick. And when you really start thinking about this, SM, I think because they want Leonard, I think you're absolutely right about that. Please, about that. Hughes is building for the long term. He has a support Gordon Molson. You're absolutely right about this. SM, great knowledge about it. Roger will be transferred to coach, but they have the money because of the Leonard been on it, and he has $5 million remaining. Yes, I agree with you, Adam. But Adam Hill, guys, at $5 million, won the salary cap of the salary. Guys, you have only 7 or 8 goalie make $6 million. I think, look, Jack Campbell get $5 million. I think Adam Hill at $3.5 million, $4 million max. He got more money, guys, because he got a 2 years contract. If he turn around to be a good goalie, awesome. But a playoff run, who in NHL other team would give him $5 million and give him a starter? If I'm McCrimmon, I say I'm going to give you $2 million, 2 years, and I'm going to give you $4 million, and you can become a starter here. I don't like the deal. No, I don't say I don't like the players. I think for me, it's too much money at $4.9 million. He played 100 game, guys, in NHL. It is a good one, but I don't know. The risk is there, but we'll see. Thanks so much. You can roll for the Bennington, but we'll say about them. Because go to Washington, it would be seamless. I really believe in Rabinov. The Flyers kept Michkov, in my opinion. Watching a film on Michkov today is a player, however, unexpected distraction, they share and another injury. He had better year prior to season. Yep, sorry. Hughes has already stated is not expected to play off the next 2 seasons. Drafting Michkov would be fit the AB timeline 3 years. He said he's drafting the best available talents. It's not about. It's not only about that. It's like the way I said earlier, how they're going to develop. I don't see Michkov with Montreal Canadiens. I don't see that. I don't see that. The size undersized players, two undersized players, two player play one dimension, Caulfield and Michkov. If you do that, they have to trade Caulfield. They cannot keep Michkov and Caulfield together. So what they can do, they can maybe keep Caulfield until Michkov pop up, and then they can trade Caulfield. That's the only way I say that. But how are they going to develop Michkov? Right? Who guarantees Michkov will be an amazing, great hockey player when he's going to play in NHL? It will be the most excited player in NHL. It will be fun. We don't see a player like him since like Guy Lafleur, if I can recall it. But for the benefit of winning team, I don't see that. With Michkov and Caulfield together in the lineup. Someone have to pick up the puck in the corner. Someone have to go around and to get the puck in the corner. And who can get it for the Montreal Canadiens? No one right now. For Michkov and for... So Sapkowski is 6'4". Yeah, he's 6'4". How many times he won the battle last year? How many times he pick up the puck in the corner? How many times he go in the corner, he hit, elbow in the face? Or he's only 18 years old. But you have meanness in your body or not when you play at 18 years old. I don't see in Sapkowski. I don't see meanness in his... I don't see an Anderson on his side of his body as Sapkowski. At least he changed. If he changed, okay. But tell you right now, it's rare. That's kind of the game you change on inside your body. We'll see. And again, that'd be great if you get Michkov SM. I have no problem with that part over there. And it became Bolin. Flame did it. Coach Randy. 1989 team and the Flames. About that and at that so I got it. Sedway is not any bigger than Michkov. He will push for the more talented Michkov. We asked this question, guys, for Mr. SM. Yes, Sandwich did it, right? Sandwich play at the let's see Sandwich, guys. I love those kind of conversations, guys, because I want to show to you guys. All right, let's go back, guys, the last 5 years. The last 5 years in NHL. Give me a team make the final conference, right? Final conference, that's 20 team, right? Have 2 forward, top 6, forward, top 6, 5'10", and lower. Top 6. Don't tell me Tyler Johnson, Yannick Gore. They don't play top 6. Go get the last 5 years. The 4 team make the final conference. Right? And they have 2 forward at 5'10" and 5'8". At 5'10" and lower. They don't. They don't. All right, guys. When Martin St. Louis won the Stanley Cup in 2003, I believe, 2004, right? The only player, guys, under 5'10 and top 6 is Martin St. Louis. The smallest player after that, guys, is 6 foot. Tampa Bay Lightning, 2003. I'm telling you right now, no team win Stanley Cup with two players like Mishkov and Caulfield and you line up. Not going to happen. It's not happen. Now, it could happen. Yes, it could happen. It could have an unprecedented happening. But the type of player who they are, Caulfield and Mishkov, you need to have a better carry price between pipe to stop the puck. Because the puck is going to be always on the defensive zone. It's going to play almost like a 5 versus 4. Again, I'm not God here. I just tell you the facts. That's it. That's all. You can disagree with me. Not a problem. They can pick up Mishkov. I'll be very happy for them. But the reality behind that is the reason why I believe I don't see they're going to get Mishkov because he gave a contract 8-year Caulfield and that would give them to get a Leonard. Is the game of inches? Is a game of strength? Is a game of size? Is a game to win the battle? The 80% of the guys play hockey. Guys, the puck, 80% of the time, the puck is around the board. So you need strength, puck protection, body, win the battle in the corner. That's how the puck move. How many times you dump the puck all the time? Chase the puck in the corner, win the battle in the corner. Open up for lane 1, lane 2, lane 3 behind that. After that, you went after the dumping, they ran the puck how many times? How many times they cycling the puck to the board? This is the game of the board. When you teach young travel, if you coach guys, teach them the board. You want to carry on the puck in the middle. I understand that. But the game is about the board. So if you don't have enough strong and strength winger, you have a difficult time. And again, if you have Lane Hudson at 5'10", and you have Caulfield at 5'7", and you have Mishkov at 5'10", look the size of Vegas Golden Knights this year. Look the size of Tampa Bay Lightnings. Look the size of Montreal Canadiens 2 years ago. Edmondson, Petrie, Weber, Chariot, all 6'2", 6'3", 6'4", 6'5". That's what you need. Always an exception. Oh, Samuel Girard, Colorado is 5'9". But how many forward they have 5'9", Colorado? Ratanen, Nikushin, Kadri, McKinnon, Likonen. Size. And again, they pick Mishkov. I'm hockey fans, Montreal. I would share them. Or be fun to watching every night. Or be excited. But I don't think this is the way to win a Stanley Cup. But I could be wrong here, guys. Like I said, I enjoy talking about hockey only. Roger, it's just me. Thank you, because I'm having a better conversation with myself and him. It's not about that, Sebastian. I will tell you the reason behind that is like stay on the hockey. That would be the best way to do that. We don't hate you, but it's a conversation only about hockey. So that's the reason, the way you talk to her right now, a lot of people, they're complaining about that. That's simple, Sebastian. So if you can just talking about hockey, that'd be great. That'd be awesome. That'd be a good way to do that. Guys, with the KHL for the next 3 years, not to Steve G. Yeah, absolutely about that. Mr. Luke, welcome back in the house. Thanks to be with our Canadian Live Show from British Columbia. Roger is in the house. Thanks so much to be with us. Mark Elliott, welcome back. Thanks to be with us tonight. Not crazy about Johansson. Mo Favanes, not loving him as a sinker, but $4 million is a good number. You're absolutely right, Marco. The risk is not there. And to get a center like that, Marco, that would cost about $6 million for Look about the contract at Trocheck 5.5 and Bennett. It's rare you can get a $4 million center. I think Owenson with better player around him, I think it will be a good asset for Colorado at the end. He just need to get about 50 points, and I think it will be good for him. Washington Capitals top scout said Mishkov is the rudest player he ever interviewed. I wonder if DUARTE would be a good fit for Nashville. Seems like a classic kind of players. Yeah, possible. But I'm really looking, Marco, they're looking for a UFA right now. Within 3 years, one, the player is a future star instead of two is worth. Whoever is draft fifth, the wait will be 2 years more likely and maybe not be as good as Mishkov. Yeah, no one SM is going to be at the same level like Mishkov. No one. And the player Montreal Canadiens are going to select, it would take a minimum 2 years before he play with the Montreal Canadiens. We all agree with that part over there. Oh, for sure. The key is behind now to set up the construction roster at the same time. Just that's the point behind that. I think the Montreal SM, they're not only looking for the best players, talent and skill. They want the best human being, the most character. The guy can feel the pressure. The guy can play a great big role in the locker room with some kind of leadership. They all put this together. I think that's the reason behind that. I'm not sure if Mishkov is for that. Yes, it is, Melissa. Wait a second, Steve. Newhook. Newhook, it was number 3, but it was confirmed over there, Marco. Look like Conference are UFA, so I don't think so. He will return with them. Pittsburgh, 2 years for Malkin draft, a second overall pick, and they make the right decision. Yes, SM. Talk about a 6'3" right there, right? Talk about a center. And again, Mishkov, whatever he goes, he's going to be an amazing, great hockey player. I will give you an example. Kaprizov with Minnesota Wild. Kaprizov, this I could be wrong here, but I think he is 5'10". I'm going to say something. I'm not sure about that. Here we go. Kaprizov guy is a 5'10". And then after that, they have Zuccarello 5'8". Did the Minnesota Wild make the final conference so far with Kaprizov in the lineup? That's what you get about that one there. Lafrenière, Ranger for the 5 pick. Lafrenière, his name is involved with DEPREN4 right now. I don't know, Gerard. I understand your point of view. Lafrenière, guys, it takes time for Lafrenière, right? Every year he's increasing his point on the board, right? The talent is there, but yeah, I don't think so. He's going to be the player what the people always expect, like a first-round pick to get about 80 points per year. I don't see this yet. You have a size 6'1" for that. I don't think so. I think Leonard will be better at Lafrenière overall. Is there something you have to think about this? It's the case. I think Rangers take Mishkov right away, by the way. But I don't say you're wrong about that. Me and joking around. The point behind that, Sebastian, is not because you're joking around. It's because the people in the chat want to talk about hockey. So if everybody can stay on the hockey, that's the reason behind. That's it, that's all. We don't want anybody bully. If it's just joking, we understand. But it's getting a little bit more most of the time. We just want talking about hockey. That's the reason behind. So not only you, but everybody else, they want to hear about the situation, what's going on in NHL. It's a really hot topic right now in hockey. Now we talk about live. about the people. So that's the only thing we ask you guys to stay and talking about hockey. For that. Peppa, do you think Vancouver is going to keep a Brock Bowser and Elias Pettersson? What great question about this. First of all, I like your logo at the Detroit Red Wings. For Bowser, look like we heard, for Bowser we heard like last week, 2 days ago, look like the Vancouver want to keep him now. The fact they buy out OEL, they have more money on the market on the salary cap. That's the first thing. Now he have another 24, 25 years old can be on the trade bait for sure, but he's not looking for Elias Pettersson. They want to give him a long-term contract. Ken Pettersson wants to stay in Vancouver. I'm not sure about that. That's that last rumor I heard about Pettersson. Great question, Pepin, and thanks so much to be with us. And don't forget to click on the likes and subscribe to the show. And that'd be great. If you have any question about Detroit, let us know. Coach Lur has been a problem in the dressing room for years. A player fighting each other and the dressing room. Don't know if you talk about the Flame or the Jets. 27 game, 9 goals for Miscraft this season. Not too impressive. It's really impressive, Steve. 9 goals and 27 game, guys, in KHL. I believe, I could be wrong, no one make more point at 18 years old, Mitch Cobb, like anybody else at play in KHL. I have to check again, but that's what I heard. Mitch Cobb make most of the point like anybody else. That's a lot of point, Steve G. It's a lot of goal and the point, 20 point and 27 game play in KHL. So for me, I disagree with you about that for sure. Just very soon. That's how we ask. Where is Zen Benson getting drafted to, Pepe? It should be top 10 normally, Pepe. But because what's going on, for what I can see, Montreal get Leonard, Rimbacker 6, Mishkov 7, Devosky 8. Detroit, can they go with Benson? I would be shocked. We never know with Eiserman, so I expect more. They get Detroit get Simachev, Opero. That would be where I believe. Now the St. Louis Blues at 10. Can they get Benson? Or they go with Matthew Wood, 6'3" winger. Neil Danielson, another player they like Reno Raleigh, or like Brendan Shine for Nate. Danielson, maybe more like Reno Raleigh. If he make it would be barely make it. But it can become a steal like Cole Caulfield at 15 for Benson. That's how I believe it. Benson won't get past Vancouver. Yeah, SM, I agree with you. Vancouver at 11. About that. Hey, Randy, what's your favorite Canadian nation team? As a blogger for the Leaf and the Flame. Coach, if given McKenna, here we go. McKenna, the kid from the Yukon. Look out for him. Yes, we make a video about him a long time ago. Guys, early morning. Have a great night, Marco. About that. Good night, Marco. Agree. I love the draft. Pepe Chase, well, he was going to Dallas Star. With Kraft is going to Dallas Star. Benson to 14 overall and become a superstar for the Banquet. Yuck. Yeah, I don't think so. Benson at 14. I think you're absolutely right. SM Vancouver. Special success. Absolutely about McKenna. What number do Hurricane pick? What number do the Hurricane pick? 29? or 30. I'm so mad que Mathieu Kachuk and Johnny Goudreau left the Calgary Flame. Pepin, absolute. Cadeau would be blowing the whistle when the puck is not moving in the corner or calling a deadly penalty. Well, that rule is still exists, Roger, but they don't apply anymore. And the reason why because too many players in the past will hold the puck on the board and create some kind of whistle. So they want to move the puck, move. So as a referee or linesman, you go to scream like, move, 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 move. And that would be the right way I would say that. 30 now, here we go. About this. Was said in our tap. Randy, the Calgary Flame and the Edmonton Oilers and the Vancouver Canucks will be Jets. And so that's true, Roger. It's not kind of an asset person. Again, guys, just talking about hockey. Don't talk about other people. We appreciate, guys, you stay struck about hockey. That'd be awesome. That'd be good if you can do that. Mr. A2 in the house, welcome back. Coach, why not have two potential 50-goal scorer? Yes. And again, you can have those kind of players, right? But it's not make you a guarantee you win the Stanley Cup that way. They could win the Stanley Cup, guys, with Michkov and the Caulfield together. I just give you a perspective. That's not happened a lot. That's it. That's all. They pick Michkov, guys. I'm going to sharing because it will be fun to watch. Another Pavel Bure, a Kaprizov, and everybody with speed, and you're excited when you see McDavid, right? That's Michkov going to do for the Montreal Canadiens. Again, talent-wise, skill-wise, he is the most best prospect behind Bedard and very close to Bedard. But is it what Montreal want to do or not? And we're going to know after that the reason. Maybe they not draft Michkov, and the reason they draft Michkov, who knows about that? Coach, you nailed it last year with Montreal. Choice, who do you really feel Montreal is up with got to feel? Right now, I really believe Rand Leonard. Renard Williams. If you have said to the pick, I would say Rand Leonard. We're going to do tomorrow night, guys, a mock draft tomorrow night. So we're going to go for 132. We're going to put the team on the board here, guys, and you have to select the player there. So, and I'm going to give you the reason is this player and the reason they don't get the other players. And I'm going to go through the 32 team pick on that one over there. At 7 o'clock, we heard talking about this the other night. You two friends disagree with you. Think Ab are too small. Yeah, about this, Roger. But too small. Not why I said that is one if you go in the playoff situation. With Peg, Flowers will be nice to not take Michkov. They will be gift and most certainly Super Sultan, maybe Evan. I can. Yeah, I'm sorry about this, dudes. That's the reason I think the Capital are really worried about that. Go, do you see a Michkov with the puck? He is impossible to take the puck away from. And Rabinov, yeah, I'm sorry about that. He is maybe the best player, guys, from the blue line to the goal at the goal line. He's maybe the one of both of them. Now, yeah, two things about that, right? Is you have two other zones. You have the neutral zone and you have the defensive zone. Now, 90% of all the clip when you watch Michkov, he's stuck at the blue line. That's where he is. He really barely go below the top circle and the defensive zone. So it's like, we call this like a cheat players, right? He cheat the game. He cheat the play. So the NHL guys is now play. It's not like the KHL. They play 5 players down. They pinch the puck on the board. Michkov don't go there. And again, he's an amazing hockey player. Fun to watch. Carrying the puck. But he don't drive the puck in the middle. He have a very shift move. Great hands. Can score from any angle. He's going to be an amazing, great hockey player. For sure. And that's what Montreal wanted. They would pick him up at 5. I just feel for me, right. I feel like Leonard is going to be the pick of Montreal Canadiens. That would be my feeling about that. Yeah, I do, Sebastian. Coach 8 conversation again. Suzuki would play on the line with the Caulfield. Miskov could play on the line with Sarkowski SM. Yeah, he could. The game is changing. Coach, skill player are the future. You're absolutely right about this. The skill player are the future for that part over there. Absolutely right. I agree with each one of you guys. Until you prove to me a team won the Stanley Cup with two players, the best player, top 6 player, are 5'10", 5'9", 5'8", 5'7". Until then, I will say to you, there's no work. There's no work. Now the game is changing. It's all about speed. It's about transition. It's about puck mover. That's the game changing. I know that. But until you go to playoff, size matters right now. Adin Hill, 6'6". Pietrangelo, 6'4". White Cloud. Hag, 6'6". McNabb. Theodore. Martinez. No one under 6 foot. Tampa Bay. Ekman, 6'6", 6'5". Sergachev, 6'2". Cernak, 6'6". McDonough, 6'2". Pokoshin, 6'2". That's how it works. But again, you're going to tell me in 3 years it could happen. Of course it could happen. The probability are not big. That's my point, right? And Miska is going to be an amazing, great hockey player in NHL. Abdul Arca, the old NHL, the 1890 and the 90 and the 2020 and the 19. Arca, the old NHL, like 90s. Who is the trade for period what election going to happen? Carlos Benavides is going to be Villari and Yafalo. That's the two names we heard so far about this Carlo. Welcome aboard. Don't forget to click on the like. That'd be awesome. The eyes up the hill. Eyes pretty close to God. Cold cocky God. Goalie are bigger too. Yeah, I'm sorry about this. And hey, Sebastian, happening. Putting Sarkowski won't be a physical forward after last playing after the season. It's like I said, Toronto will not be a pretty good offensive forward after his rookie. It's soon to know about that. Sebastian, you know what the Chico Smith saying are? Yeah. My second road chant would be reduce the size of the goalie equipment. They already go there, Roger, about the size of the goaltender. I think it'll be increasing the net possible. There'll be another one I will compare. I will consider about that. But you need an incursion and Rantanen to get into the corner. Coach is right there. CG, that's what size matter. I agree with you about that. Oh boy, 8 debate again about this. And going to current team, Flame, the only team I think of the 1983, Anklet Lube and Theo Fleury. About that, there are no high debate. As I playoff is go back to the old game. Third team want to win the cup. Leska the Av will win the cup the next 25 years. Yes, you're absolutely right. It's of course about that one over there. Question: if the NHL vote should allow the skill player to take over, why would size matter? You're welcome, NHL. Don't worry, coach. All right, not a problem there, guys. I will just move on. The app could always trade Mishkov later on. Not having him as an asset, if you can get him, would be a mistake. About that. Duda is in the house. There you go. Coach, do you think Nylander may follow Cabaret to the cab? Will leave be that stupid? They will not want to play again. That plus Ovechkin. Yeah, Now they tried to negotiate with Nylander a new contract. That's another thing to do for them. For that, I would say to you, possible he's looking for $8 to $8.5 million for Nylander. Can Toronto maybe have enough money for that? It's not a year to make the money. If the salary cap increasing next year, I don't see at that moment the Toronto change the core, the top four core talking about. Nylander and Matthews have right now at their final year contract. That's to try to renegotiate a new contract for them. Matthews guy at 12.5 possible, and Nylander 8 to 8.5. That will be my prediction about that. The Washington to get Nylander, they don't have enough to give back. That's the problem. I think they want to give the first round pick 2024 and maybe other picks. Are we doing quiz? I don't think so. And Randy, we passed the time right now. Why would they get the chat? RJ, talk about. All right, you got it. KLS, welcome aboard. Welcome back. KLS, you're welcome. I try to pick up everything quickly. About that one over there. I don't know, people block. About that. Could you wanna see Detroit pick at 9 over more? It's kind of my vote. Oliver Moore could be a good one over there too. Top 10 KLS. Jake McEnroe is in the house. I want to teach how to play the blue. Here we go. They are not a skilled player, maybe to enough better. KLS and we said they try. What happening to the ad branch? We're not there for the ad branch during the summer. We'll be back only during the winter. If Montreal draft Leonard, Kenneth, welcome back, Kenneth. Hopefully doing well. I think Kenneth, you're coming very soon in Pattaya, right? 30 calls for Ken. Yeah, thanks so much, Randy, about that one over there. Should just keep the 5th pick and the first round. I agree with you, Sebastian. Caulfield maybe not less 3 years. I see him injury prone, and then Mexico could come in. Yeah, there's a let's see what they said that. Can I wait till 9 and 17 KLS? Yes, KLS, Detroit, me, I would believe if Devoski is still there, they would take Devoski. If not, I feel like Gabe Perreault could be a 9. At 17, it Musty is still there. But I think they will get Willander if he's still at 17. So Willander and Perreault for Detroit. Have a good night, Randy. Thanks so much, my friend. How many goals does Jason Robinson have? Last year, I think at 42, 44. If Montreal pass on Michkov, I find that Washington should really consider moving up to 6 with Arizona. Yeah, possible. A great point here to get from 8 because they know the Flyers are going to get Michkov. A great point about that. Check on there was a really good in there and make a lot of save. Wave of the future. Okay, it would be a force. Here we go. I'm so excited to chase to go to Dallas Star. It would be an awesome for us. I think coach has been around real athlete. I get it. We don't understand their side looking at them from TV. For Mr. Rain, Tampa have many forward under 5'9". Again, Kenneth, just to make change, guys. They have Tyler Johnson and Yannick Gord at 5'9", right? But there was not a top 6 forward. There was play on the top, on the bottom 6. Johnson most of the time at the 4 line, and then Yannick Gord play with Coleman and Goodrow at the 3rd line. So Brandon Point is 5'11". And then you have Senkos, Kucherov, Palat. They're all 6 foot and more, 5'11" and more. Crosby is 5'11", Guanzot is 6 most and won the cup. Both great playoff performer. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. Again, knows 5'10" and lower. Personally, I don't see Malcolm Alway to have to draft Molson draft Miska right now, which is very taboo business. Jacques Coach, maybe get wish. About that, because look at the nation. Okay, thanks so much, Mr. Sebastian. Thank the coach. Pierre is way behind in the chat. Comment that coach has a plan. No one under 6'7". Joe Manila. Manila is unselected. Maybe go to Pittsburgh. The bus has to play with his brother. He's not. Another guy is not UF3. I have one more year to go. SM. Merci beaucoup, Nikki, from Facebook. Merci beaucoup. J'espère que tout va bien avec toi. Thanks so much for Jordan Stout, RJ, Sebastian. And then Frakiso Accurate is going to Dallas. There we go. Live Player is going to Dallas. Good night, Gary. Yeah, I'm sorry about this, Gary, for Wednesday night. Look, did not heard that. We love you, Coach. Danny, DraftKings. I love it. Like name. Follow the star. Robert said, is Sakowski fully he'll know. Yes, it is. He's back on the ice right now. But great question about Sakowski. He's back on this on that draft. He's back on the ice. So great comments to ask you this. Pepin, you down? I'm not sure if looking second coverage going to the Dallas Star. But he's not going. He's already with them. Pepin for Logan Stakovic. Was draft 25th, I believe, overall. Really good hockey player. Another small player, but we'll see what's happening. The big question, guys, about the Dallas Stars to see what happening with Jimmy Benn. A lot of rumors said Ben's going to maybe get traded. I don't think Jim Neal is going to move that direction. I think they're going to get Jimmy Benn. Guys, we're going to talk about hockey all night long at some point. I try to keep the show at least 90 minutes. I cannot. This is my problem. I talk too much, and I want to respond for each one of you. And that will give us to over 2 hours together tonight. Don't worry. The good news, guys, we are back tomorrow night at 9 o'clock. And we did not talk about any of the things we're supposed to talk about. Because this is because of Enough Tap. I'll put this on Enough Tap again because of him. But I just want to say, guys, we'll be live Monday night, 9 o'clock, Tuesday, 9 o'clock. Wednesday, 6:30, Thursday, 11 o'clock, Friday, 9 o'clock, Saturday at 11 o'clock, and then Sunday, we're going to be live at 9 o'clock. This is all week. This is the last week of the season. We're going to give everything we have inside of us, guys, to give you the best contents, everything like that. This is a place to be sharing about hockey because this one, like I said, it's about respect of each one of you. And we don't want to block anyone. We don't want to put everybody out. We just want to have people talk about hockey. That's it. That's all. That's it. And hopefully you understand here. Let's move on for the last couple of questions here. Back bin in the tab update of Pélix Dubois. A lot of talk that is validated by Phil Yafado for Pélix Dubois and Jason Harkins, third line. Here we go. That's maybe something good to hear that. Byfield and Valerdi together. Is Caulfield fully held well? Yes, it is, CG. He's already he shoot puck now about that one over there. Tavoy is going to the league. Yes, he's a draft first round pick or second round pick at the beginning of the 32. How does Pierre stand for? What does Pierre-Luc Dubois? A lot of questions in Montreal. Steve G. Yes, Pierre-Luc Dubois proved himself to be a fraud. He was only using the Montreal market to get more money somewhere else. I can understand your point of view about this. At some point, now he's supposed to get $7.5 million. It's not too bad contract for the Kings if they get Pierre-Luc Dubois. That cost them a second overall pick by Phil. Villardy, where he scored really good this year, but he's slow at the second half of the season. And then Yafalo, a third round pick. They get Argins in return. A lot of questions for Montreal. Yep, Danny, we love hockey. Yes, sir. Thank you. You're welcome, my friend Roger. I just mentioned if you were in the French-speaking province, Montreal, Quebec, and that Cole Caulfield speak English. Pierre-Luc Dubois, Sebastian, about that one. Here we go, guys. If I'm not, I'm going to answer all your questions, and I will be late about everything. I'm already late. First of all, guys, we want to thank everybody but for the moderator tonight. Great job, everyone. We miss Danny, the captain. Hopefully, Danny's doing well. And hopefully, Rogers will be back one day. Until then, my friend, we want to thank everybody in the chat. Yes, sometimes it's not always what we're looking for, but the most important thing, 99.9% talk about hockey. We have a lot of respect for each one of you. And I can wait to see you tomorrow night talking about the AB Nation. Don't forget to subscribe to the new channel. Yeah, no video yet. We need to have more people subscribe. Until then, my friend, one thing we want to remind you, each one. And don't forget my AB Daily News every single day. You are awesome. You are amazing. You are the best. And remember, you have greatness inside of you. You have greatness inside of you. And thanks so much, guys, to be with us tonight. We'll be back tomorrow night, 9 o'clock, for another AB Barbecue show, live streaming with hockey coach, Coach Frenchy. And after that will be between the wall possible and the house impossible and Marco. Try to get Michael DiVillano and many others during the week. Until then, my friend, of course, we wish you an amazing, great night, a sweet dream. This is tomorrow, the beginning of the week. This is the final week in June. After that, we switch to the second half of the 2023. If you didn't win your year yet, if you are behind your goal, you don't feel you're not there where you want to be right now, tonight. I can tell you that. You still have a lot of time in 2023 to turn around and to win that year. So 2023 should be your best year of your life. You have everything inside of you to make this happening. Because you remember, not only have greatness, you can take action tomorrow. And the past will be behind you. Look forward to have an amazing, great night. Become the best version of yourself. Until next time, my friend, we wish you an amazing, great night. And of course, be well, be healthy. Find a way not only to dominate your day, but find a way to dominate the first half of what? Your 2023. Remember, the Hockey Nation Live Show will say one more thing. We love you, friends. Have an amazing, great night, everybody. Thanks so much to be with the Hockey Nation Live Show tonight. Good night and after, real deal. Bonne nuit, mon fool. Good night, Pepin. Come back again. KLF. Randy Walkman did a great job. William McClary. Many people. Sebastian, have a good night, buddy. Thank you, Luciano, RJ. Jake McEnwee. Real deal. PG, KLF, Bush Bouchard, Danny DraftKings. Have a good night, everybody. Don't forget to click on the like. See you tomorrow night, 9 o'clock, some time. Oh, Frenchie's directly from where? Thailand. Booyah!